the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions.
All right, Coach, coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports brings us to Southern California and Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Washington Redskins and our home team. Two 1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Redskins scoop it. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
57, Mike, 57. Hey, pick it up.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's caught. It's Malone. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. So that'll get him to first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
You ready? Mark 49. That QB's trash. Let's go. Leo.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
8-3.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Redskins look to get this one back, and indeed they did. It's still Washington football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield.
And the pressure gets to him again. Jerry Tillery make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10, way up at the 37.
54's down, he's coming. 54!
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Watson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school, he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They'll run on first down. Wood. And some room to roam now. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there. A big game.
He completes this one to Mack. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 26, check 26. Look at me. Go. Ready.
Now Wood. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On second down, it's Wood. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They come out here in the eye. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down.
49 the mic, watch 49. Let's go, D. Gonna be a long day offense. Hard. Kill. Now.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And his kick here is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So he gets an early chance to redeem himself, and he's able to put that one through.
And how happy is he that he's able to get that second chance so quickly after the first miss, gets his confidence back up, and who knows, they may need him for an even bigger kick later in the game.
The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Faking the give. Now Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 41-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Check. Lucky.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Slam, slam, slam.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
Let's go. Let's go.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 97 yards. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
Where's the tap? 19. Here we go. Here we go. 24.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set, ready.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They go play action here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On second down now, it's Wood, and he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It's a 6-yard pickup. It's still a few chain links short, it appears, with fourth down coming up. The Redskins send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
Good work. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. And again this time to the tailback. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Set 19. I got him.
3rd and 2, Watson. And it's complete. Henry. The 30. The 20. 10. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry. His first touchdown on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got him, took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A gain there of 21 yards. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Mike, 57. 3 bucks.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Open man there is Malone. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Go there. Hello there.
Second and 11. Looking deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So, flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Watson. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
We want it. Come to my world. Check hard. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Strong right. Strong right. 3 down. 3. Hey, 31. Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Now it's Watson. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
I'm 54. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Go. 26. Mike's 50.
Here's Watson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, Watson. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So on fourth down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Fielded about a yard deep. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Spot. Go out. Check it back. Go.
They run the counter. Wood. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes left side. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Jerry Tillery in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back, and he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play, and it's going to be third down and forever.
Set, ready? 15 line. 15 line. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Hey, go.
They're going to look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. He's got a man. Complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 95 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hold now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
57's the mic. Watch 57. 59. Hey. 57.
Here's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Watson now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 2nd and a yard, Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Redskins scoop it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. This is Wood. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Look at me, zipper!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this.
Ready? 18 Gator.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double.
You draw Corkers. Ready?
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Josh Malone, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Where's the tap? 19.
Yeah. You don't
Hey, pick the 9. Time to go.
Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And his guys are going to Take over at their own 48-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A gain of 3, second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 35-yard line.
Watch that. X3, 218, chopper. Get it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Redskins send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Redskins send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good.
Let's go. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
They run it here with Gordon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. Now Watson operating from the gun. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Watson. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Going to need something special here on third and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
54! Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Mike, nice, sweetheart. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike.
Watson operating from the gun. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now the second-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
On first down, Monk. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Watch the screen.
Now a give, right side, Fisher. And a solid run down inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a second and 3. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, it doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. 17
yards that time and a Washington first. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10.
Got three down.
Now a give, right side, Fisher. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be second and 12.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
The 13-yard line.
Here's Wood. And a loose football. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Matchbox lights. Bravo.
They'll drop the throw. Completes it to Davis. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. The Redskins on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is third and 10. He'll drop to throw. It's caught by Davis. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And his kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On first down, it's Watson. And he rifles one incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Y'all not ready?
To the air yet again, Watson. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 20-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league, totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
To throw again on second down. Watson, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
Watson looks to throw again. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
It's been a long day.
59!
Watson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Reset. 18.
57.
I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Let him go.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Watson on the keeper.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey,